bench in our life. You understand what I'm saying? That Jesus is not an on-the-bench lover. The main problem is that we are horrible at seeing Christ's value in our life above everything else. Okay? Like when I remember when I was a kid. I always go back to when I was a kid because I was bad as a kid. So I got a lot of stories. Like when I was a kid, I did some horrible things. I think I went to school and said something crazy to the teacher or something, and they wrote me a pink slip. Back then they had pink slips. So my mom got home before my dad, so they wrote me a pink slip. I showed my mom the pink slip and said what I did, and that shall remain nameless. I will not tell you what I did, but I did something bad. I said something very, very bad to my teacher. Oh my God. And my mom gave me this ultimatum. She said, okay, I'm going to give you two choices. She said, either you can take being grounded from your Nintendo, or I'm going to tell your daddy, and then you can just take a whooping when you get home. Okay, you hear that? Anybody ever had that ultimatum? Either you get a whooping or you grounded. Y'all remember that? And like the idiot kid I was, I picked severe pain over just chilling out for the weekend. I said, okay, just tell them to whoop me, because at least I can play my Nintendo. And when y'all laughing and stuff, we do the same thing. Because God says, do this, or here's what will happen. And instead of obeying His voice, you do what you want and decide to go through the pain of your choice just for the temporary pleasure of your choice. Okay? That's what we do. So I think that a lot of us have our scales of value messed up, and we're horrible at appraising the value of things. Like, think about it. What's the job of an appraiser? The job of an appraiser is a person who estimates the worth, the value, and quality of a thing. You get that? And the thing is, there would be no room for an appraisal if there was nothing else to compare the thing being appraised with. So there are other things that compete with how we value God every day. Okay? There are other things that compete with how we value God. Here we go. Satan sets things in motion to entice us away from really and authentically valuing God above everything else. That's the devil's job. The devil's job is to get you not to value God above everything else. And the number one way he does this is he gets us in a spirit of entitlement. Say that, entitlement. Say it again, entitlement. What's entitlement, Pastor? Entitlement is the same stuff that he pulled in the garden. God said, I've created all this is mine, 100% of this is mine, all of it belongs to me. You can eat freely from everything in this garden except a portion. Don't touch it. And then here comes Satan pushing his agenda of entitlement, saying what? Saying, here it is, God is just keeping stuff from you because He doesn't want you to be happy. Ain't that what the devil does? Like God will tell you something, but then you go after what He said, don't touch, because you feel like God is not being fair with you. Because you want to be happy, but remember this, you ready? Even your own happiness will sometimes deceive you into thinking you should pursue it at the cost of depreciating the work of God in your life. Even your own happiness will deceive you. Don't ever, say ever, don't ever sacrifice honoring God on the altar of your fleeting happiness. Because until holiness makes you happy, happiness will usually pull you away from holiness. Don't ever say, okay, God, I'd rather have this because I feel like this is going to make me happy. Because if you really look at our scale of happiness, we can be happy with something Monday that'll make us mad Tuesday. Oh, let's be honest. You was happy with that Negro this weekend, but if he call you Monday, he's going to discuss you. Like, why did I even? Oh, my God. Why? Because our happiness is so fleeting. Like, we find happiness in the moment. We find happiness in the thing, but remember this, entitlement, say entitlement, is just a fancy way